Well, it's alright now because anything you do, oh, baby, that's alright. Oh, baby, that's alright.
Been a long time since I lost a trade. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Crypto screaming, gotta block and roll, babe. Been a long time since I mined that gold. Hash rate whales, it's a tale untold. Flip the moons, Dr. scamming lies. While it's stacked, but the FUD still flies. Oh, baby, stake it high, feel the groove. Charts ignite, got the green groove. Bull runs how I'm breaking free. Crypto souls calling me. Lock and roll, block and roll. Holding tight, blockchain's my soul. Block and roll, block and roll. Game so wild, I lost control. Been a long time since the dip sank low. All the crash, watch the fire grow. Run, bulls fade, I shake them down. Gas fees raw, still I wear the crown. Oh darling, lock that key, hear the call. Whales can't break me, I'm standing tall. Moon's a siren, long road ahead. Crypto's whale keeps me fed. Block and roll, holding tight. Blockchain's my soul. Block and roll. Game so wild, I've lost control. Stake it, ride that wave. Crypto's all I crave. Hash to the sky I climb. Block and roll, screaming every time. Block and roll, holding tight. Blockchain's my soul. Block and roll. Game so wild, I've lost control. Been a long time since I lost the trade. Crypto screaming, gotta block and roll, babe. Block and roll.
I want you to know that I'm wrecked inside. You pumped that coin, then you ghosted the ride. I held through the crash, yeah, I took the fall. While you sold the top, left me nothing at all. You swore it, moon said, just trust the plan. But your wallet's fat now, and I'm empty-handed, man. Well, you ought to hold on, you ought to know how it feels when the rug gets pulled below. You ought to hold on, you ought to see the mess you made when you ditched me. Did you cash out quick with that new altcoin queen? Guess you don't know you're an exit scheme. You ought to hold on, you ought to care that I'm still broke while you're out there. I'm here to remind you of the trust I gave. Staked all my ether, thought we'd both be saved. You whispered to Mars, then you flipped the script. Left me in the red with your vanishing trick. You laughed and at my faith, said it's just a game. Now I'm rage, refreshing charts, scream your name. Well, you ought to hold on, you ought to know how it feels when the rug gets pulled below. You ought to hold on, you ought to see the mess you made when you ditched me. Did you cash out quick with that new altcoin queen? But you don't know you're an exit scheme. You ought to hold on, you ought to care that I'm still broke while you're out there. And I'm down, yeah, I'm down, but I'm not out yet. with no regret. Did you sleep just fine with my funds in your stack? No, I'll rise from the dip. You'll rue the day you turn back. Well, you oughta hodl, you oughta know how it feels when the rug gets pulled below. You oughta hodl, you oughta feel the burn I took from your shady deal. Did you cash out quick with that new altcoin queen? Bet you don't know you're an exit scheme. You oughta hodl, you oughta care that I'm still broke while you're out there. You oughta hodl, you oughta care. You oughta hold, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It might seem wild what I'm about to say. Crypto's pumping, I'm stacking today. Come on. Because I'm stacking. So now, grabbing sets while the charts ignite. Hey, 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 hey. Because I'm stacking. Ooh, yeah. Bull runs rising, got my wallet right. Because I'm stacking. Ooh, so now, rug pulls fade, I'm still in the fray. Hey, because I'm stacking a moon that's rising free.
Check, 1 2 1 2.
If you vibe with the blockchain's energy, yeah, yeah. If you know what these games are
Uno grande, grande.
to me,
Uno grande latte, por favor.
stacking like nobody. Because I'm stacking. So now, dips don't shake me, I scoop below. Because I'm stacking. Ooh, yeah. Wells can't see
Vámonos.
this, watch me grow. Because I'm stacking. So now, gas fees
Why did he say
but
hi,
I'm
B?
still alive.
I think he said let's go.
Because I'm stacking.
Why didn't he just say let's go?
That's rising free.
I don't know. Ask him.
If you vibe
No, you ask him.
blockchain
He's right in front of you, Sean. Just ask him. For God's sake, Sean. I don't want to ask him, Hobby. You do it.
If you're stacking like
Sean,
nobody.
you're a weirdo, man. I got issues, man. Just ask him.
Sean, right here, looking right at you.
Run, dog. Oh, shoot. I forgot the question. What was it, Sean?
Can't stop this bull run.
I forgot it too. Jeez, just somebody needs to hit a button, please.
All them moons, I'll take the climb.
You got people waiting. For God's sakes. I'm looking. Oh, check 1 2. This one on.
I'm riding fine.
No, I get to your beat, man. Just.
Check 1 2.
Because it's like a moon that's rising free.
Button, Sean.
If you vibe with the blockchain's energy.
My apologies. It takes forever to get things done.
Know what these games are.
Hi, babe. Can you do the announcement?
Oh, I'd love to. Let me get off it.
If you're stacking like nobody.
Ladies and gentlemen, the only turkey on TV. Doing crypto at this moment. See, that doesn't sound anything like you.
I practice sometimes. Say hello to Road Dog.
The button, Sean.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dog. We finally made it. Apparently, we have issues with buttons. I don't know. They're here, but they just, even the ones I got, sometimes they don't work. And then sometimes I can't explain. Hello, everybody. Well, we didn't die. We're still here. We still survived. It was very scary, though. It was very scary. Still is for some people. And here we are, 200 daily moving average, finding some support there. Also, that little flimsy trend line that we're looking at, and I don't even have it drawn all that pretty right here, but just going from wicks to wicks. And we cut in. it counts. Now it's got 3 touches, so now we do have a trend line that apparently is kind of solid at the moment with the 200 moving average there. That's cool. Nice little setup here. Looks like they want to pump us on a Friday again. Remember last time they did that? that was here. That sucked. Now I'm not lying that we're getting ready to drop down. Although, by technical standards, that could be a possibility. So we gotta kind of address that as we see it. It can still happen. We're not out of the woodwork. So what they like to do, the little sneaky game that they like to play, is to get you here on the weekend. This is where we're going to go to the moon. And maybe, now I'm not trying to be that bear that makes you miss out on anything. I'm not, because there were plenty of those last cycle. I know how that goes. I'm just saying we got to be cautious, have a plan B in case they plan on doing a woolly noodle on us. We don't like the woolly noodles. I don't know what that is, but it came out of my mouth, so I'm rolling with it. It sounds woolly and it sounds noodlish and it sounds like it could just roll over and be kind of ugly and icky. And we're set up to do that. We still have horizontal resistance in this area. Look at my sloppy lines. I've been practicing that brush stroke a little bit. Get a little Picasso-esque. But that's because we're getting a flip. We're still hanging on. Still hanging on. Looks like a little dolphin up there, a little dolphin face. Where that 50 moving average is just hovering right over that 100, and they're just all cuddled up together. They're spooning right now, and at any moment, I'm pretty sure this is what the Ichimoku Cloud is kind of saying too. She's over there watching, and I don't know. I didn't know she was into all that. But anyway, she's saying there could be some penetration there shortly, and that penetration, should that happen, well, we'd probably be getting screwed in that deal too a little bit if you're trying to go heavy long. So just got to throw that kind of stuff out there right now. So they may be playing with us, but it doesn't mean that you can't play right along with the whales, right along with them. Those little movers and shakers, be they real or composite. Just an element, psychological element to this market, or maybe there's an evil cabal. We're finding more and more of them evil cabals out there. So it's hard to tell. But here, this 8-hour chart, we're watching it because it lines up with some moving averages rather nicely. And here we are bouncing off of the dreaded 666 movement average. Often does. Nice. I guess you call them pin bar candles. Those 2 big strong wicks there. That's a nice sign. That's a possible bottom. Possible setup for a V-shaped recovery. And I think that's what everybody's hoping for. And it would make sense at this point in the market to be one. But if it ain't, they can pull the old "gotcha bitch" card, and man, I've already been gotcha bitched once, and I don't want to be gotcha bitched again. I don't like the gotcha bitch move. That's not right, market makers. Straighten up your game. This is supposed to be bullish. We can all make some money. You don't have to take it all. But man, I am really kind of eager right now, though, because I got stopped out. Swear, even if you try to play by the rules, ladies and gentlemen, they can still get you. I had a stop loss, and they came and got me, and then they took off without me. But it wasn't that bad. I mean, I saw the bullish signs on we were watching it smaller, so I'm good. But when that happened, I was like, oh wow, I'm free now. Because I've been using my Bitcoin spot margin basically as a DCA play. It's kind of there as like a fund that just kind of backs up my altcoins. That's how I decided to play it. I don't think it was the smartest play now, but and I would have to suffer when it was coming down, and I try to feed into it. I wasn't trading it. I had other accounts that I traded. I was doing more of a spot position margin, but now with that has freed me up, and I got wiggle room now, baby. I'm ready to play. It's on now, Bitcoin. I'm ready for you. We're at a good low price here, 80 a range. Even if we come down to 76, I'm ready for you. If you do, and if you don't, I can make some good plays on this way up. And if we are getting that move up to 100,000 or past 100,000, I'm ready for you, baby. And I don't care. I'm ready for you to come up here and roll over and take us down to 70,000 if you want to do that. Because I can just buy you some more. I'm going to build this bag. I'm excited about it now because now I actually get to grow my Bitcoin. I'm excited. Also trying to figure out what altcoins that I'm trying to move into. But let's not let this be all about me or what I'm doing. I just like to share just to kind of give you insight to how my mind works and or what I'm thinking. Not that it's great, because clearly I've made some dumb choices, and even in this run, I've made my share of dumb choices. We all do. We all do. Ladies and gentlemen, might we be in a channel? That's a nice strong idea that would support this being the spring for the Wyckoff stuff. That is interesting. Let me say hello to everybody. Welcome to stream. 22 people hanging out with me tonight. Bitcoin, it does look good overall. Now, but what happens this weekend, I'm kind of curious in how far it lasts. We still might have a couple more weeks of shaky weather with Bitcoin, but man, it feels like a fresh new chance right now. I like it. We've got Floki's Angels. We got Chris Klein, Rogue Glide, Duati Crypto, Ando Pancho, UMG Motorsports, Hulan Alegria, Ryan, Board PC Guy, Crypto Cash, Brave Expanse, Sam. How's it going, Sam? How's it going, everybody? Kelly L, Celinda, 89K, then going to dump on us again. I was kind of thinking maybe we could get up to about 90, at least 90 or 93. But we just have to kind of monitor it. There's several different levels that they can definitely pick on. Dios, let's pump Road Dog, making this a great start to the weekend. It's good. You just got to play it cautiously because they up to something, and there's not much behind your altcoins either, so play them carefully. See, the meme coins are starting to pump again. Yeah, but at least it's the more popular. Well, the ones I saw were the most popular rings. The crappy ones might be pumping again too. Jim Derringer, hi Road Dog, waiting for Biddy to make up her mind. Yeah. It's nice to have that feeling of opportunity instead of having that feeling of dread. Because that was me. I'm just sitting there watching. And it seems like you have a liquidation number that could get closer, and like, but you got me stopped out. So, and it was not a major point, a major amount, but it was enough it was awesome. Let's rock and roll. Let's take a look, if you don't mind, at some of the indices. Let's check out Total 3, see how she's doing. Nice little bump off of the Lucy line here too. Nice little pin wicks there. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. I don't know why the name of this pattern is evading me right now. I think there's actually two different names. One for more of the candles, where you got the nice double wicks there. If we come on the 12-hour, on the daily, I was expecting an engulfing candle, but we didn't get it. Anyway, that's nice. That's really nice. I like that. Let me go back to the regular candles before I freak out. Once you get used to Heikin-Ashi, I mean, you ain't gonna go back, probably. So here on the daily, we're still below the 9 moving average. It is imperative that we get above the 9 moving average, or we're not okay. We're never okay when we're below the 9, okay? It's usually temporary, kinda, ish. That's the first one we need to get above, in my book. I mean, there's a, well, I picked the 3. Okay, we got the 3 then, but it's too much noise. 9 moving average is what we're bumping up. We get above the 200 moving average is what we're bumping up on the yellow line there. We can get above the 9, reclaim those areas. It's good, but honestly, it looks shaky. it still looks shaky. She's got a lot of stuff to do, and even if she starts doing the stuff that she wants to do, you got this trend line to consider here, just right above, and that kind of puts the brakes, put the brakes on us. We'll get a little stop there, and maybe we can bust through it. But you should see some altcoins coming up a little bit, probably this weekend. A little bit of pump may just be for tomorrow, and then they may dump us Sunday night, or maybe they wait till Monday. I don't know. You know the games they play. You should start getting into the rhythm of it now. Seems like they pull the same. I don't know. I'm going to have to actually take a deeper look, but it seems like they'll do the same thing maybe 2 weeks, and they'll switch it up on the third week, and then go back. There's a pattern there. I just haven't really deep dived into it. But it's got a rhythm on how that they like to play us. All right, so Bitcoin dominance also looking kind of bullish. There's some bearish signs there, some signs that are slowing her down, but what she's doing here is bullish AF in my personal opinion. And when this goes up, that means altcoins, I mean, they're going to take a back seat. It's not necessary that they're going to dump. But their growth against Bitcoin they're going to be fighting against Bitcoin. And like we said, and like I tried to say, but you can play this to your advantage, I guess. But a lot of them, if they're either doing one of two things, either they're just going straight down in value against Bitcoin, or they are oscillating, and you know they're going up and down. Some of them do that. Those are the ones to play for your Bitcoin plays if you're trying to grow your Bitcoin. That's what the OGs have taught us. Executing it, however, and keep making sure that you got to chart this against Bitcoin. We're used to charting things against USDT. It didn't used to be that way, not until we got Ethereum, and then we got the stablecoin over there. Used to everything was charted against Bitcoin. I don't know. In a way, it was confusing because you couldn't put a dollar amount with it easy in your head, but you could always keep up with your Bitcoin amount, and really that's kind of what's important right now if you think about it. We're trying to put dollars into fiat, but if you're losing dollars on the meme coins that could have went into Bitcoin, think about it. Which one is it better to be in? Because out of all the coins, I mean, Bitcoin is clearly going to be a winner, the winner. It is the king of coins, and the altcoins, well, there you see they come in seasons, and they all revolve around the sun. The sun is Bitcoin. So just something to think about, something that I think about, something that I actually play off in real life, because I did it different here with this paper trading account over here on TradingView. And I went mostly in Bitcoin down here, buying it at 27. I didn't think to buy it at 16. I was like, oh, we got a paper trading account. We should do that, dude. Track it. So we figured it out somewhere around 26,000 that, we can buy some Bitcoin. It's a $100,000 account. And even though I'm down on $1 million on this, what is that? COINEX coin deal. $100,000 turned into, it was over 3 million when everything was in the green. But mostly Bitcoin. It wouldn't have went to 100,000 to over 1 million and still be able to handle his altcoin loss unless it was for Bitcoin. Just something to think about. Makes me think, because I'm like, oh man, I should be somewhere along that spectrum by now, but I'm sitting here looking and I'm like, we got to switch it up. We got to switch it up. It's important to find that, to realize that early into the cycle, if your strategy's not working, or if you need to switch things around, this is the perfect time to get your ducks in line for what will be coming, because it is coming. We are so close, and it may be this next week. But there may be one final flush out. You never know for sure. But if there is another flush out, the important thing is to make sure that you can still be here. Don't let them take you out right when they're getting ready to pump you up. Because we got the hard players in this game now. These are the ruthless people that are in this game now. And they don't give a damn about you or what you're struggling with. They just want your Bitcoin and flush you out of this market. Oh, they want you to keep coming back in and feeding it by, for sure. But they're going to play with you just right. That's just the way it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I get all philosophical, we start diving into some altcoins. I'm open for requests. If you guys want to throw that in there, let me put my request. So I know where to look. But let me come back up and see what we're talking about here. If I'm missing out on anything. Ryan K says he's catching his breath. Now let's see how the weekend goes. Ready for some pumps. We will start seeing some things. I don't know if you can trust them with altcoins, though. I don't know if you can trust them that much for altcoins yet. But they will pump up, too. I think they're starting to do good, but they're just not. Some of them are holding strong, man. Warthog Thunderbow, hello! Pump for the weekend. Oh, what you think? It looks like, did something just, oh. Let me get on Bitcoin over here. Hey, I gotta keep track. We never did go over the smaller time frames with Bitcoin. And she's just trackling along. She was over here and all this stuff. We gave an example. Now, you rarely will see me do this, but I've not had very much sleep over the past few days. Over in the student chart area, this morning, I believe. This was, I was trying to demonstrate. We were just kidding around about cup and handles, but I looked, and this is a 1 minute time frame, and I was like, there actually is one there. And I'm very picky on these. I go by Bukowski's rules and other things where price needs to rise in to the cup and handle. This one had a little spiky things, but there was that, and it did not invalidate. It did form that little flag, and then the confirmation is when you get above here, and then you got to measure move. That is how you traditionally look at the cup and handle. That's how it is taught and should be taught, unless you watch YouTube and then you see the loosest rules on this stuff. And that's, when the rules do match up, you tend to get the results. And the whole reason that this pattern is, got a thing behind it is because it was at one time, like a coveted pattern, to find one that really, because they have like a really high chance of playing out. So the proof of whether you have one or not is how many times does the one you have break out, because they're supposed to have one of the highest rates, according to Thomas Bukowski, to break to the upside. It's one of the top 3 patterns, I believe. So to spot somebody that doesn't understand how the cup and handle actually works is, you say, oh, well, for as many times as you call it, how many of the upward breakouts worked out for you? If it's not, then maybe you need to really evaluate what you're looking at so that you have more success. That is my whole argument for a cup and handle. And from here, that's what we did. And that was the measured move, taken from here, put up here. And it did go a little bit above it, but after it hit it, man, she came way down. She came way down almost to touch the area where she broke out from, right? But that is the results and the criteria for a cup and handle. Suggested by a YouTuber, but coming from the rules of the masters, from the traditional people. And they play this game a lot better than anybody on YouTube that I've seen. So shout out to Thomas Bukowski and William J. O'Neill, who's the first person who came up with this concept of the cup and handle. That's the people you need to listen to. Ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin, 85,000. Edging up to 87, 88 in those areas. And what I'm doing right now with about the con is that we're just monitoring it. It's not on this chart though. Where's mine? That's not that one. Well, I can't find you. But anyway, let me zoom out here. So for Bitcoin, what we need to do, take our Fibonacci, swing high to swing low, and we monitor this little guy. We can use our Fibonacci to get a feel for the strength of this move and whether we need to be wary or not. And so far, she's cleared our first level there, and that is very imperative. We can get past the second one. That's going to be the challenge at 86,321. That is the support resistance slip right here, where it was support and also was a resistance in that area. So it's going to be some resistance, and the 100 moving average also suggests that. However, there is a bullish movement here crossing that Ichimoku cloud that suggests, it might get a little bullish here. It might get a little exciting. because you do have a breakout. And if you're looking at this pattern wise for a local pattern, I mean, you just connect the dots. You got one of them mega phony patterns, one of those broadening wedges, and these have a 72% chance to break up. But because it is so steep, they don't play out as strongly because they're so steep. And that is according to Thomas Bukowski. The more shallow ones are more like a diving board where you can get a lot of bounce, but the deep ones, you don't get as much go for it. You're basically going to the 618 Fibonacci is what it all translates down to. I'll just skip to the Cliff Notes end in there and save you all the discussion. But that area would be right here at 91,000, about 90,000. 91.3. Also, just to be as a coincidental response, is the 200 moving average, which is also yellow. I like to put them both yellow, and when the both yellow lines meet, there's something there, I think. I'm just throwing some stuff out here. Arr. Now, one of the things when you do break out from one of these patterns that a lot of other people do not mention when it comes to pattern trading is the likelihood for a retest of the breakout area or that whole trend line. It could be a number of things. It could be all right and pretty. It might not happen at all, or it might be nasty. Okay, so you got just about as high of a chance as you had to break out of this pattern. You got almost that same amount of probability to come back and retest that area. That is not taught often enough, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to preach it right here tonight. We'll preach a little TA, preach a little Jesus. And what we need to do is get above the 100 moving average. So whether you're playing the moving average strategy or you're playing the Fibonacci, you're going to see a lot of confidence happen a lot of times. That's cool. So our next little area of attack is going to be 86,400, somewhere in there. The next area will be, well, if you look at if you're just playing the level by levels and you're doing horizontal trend lines, you got it right over here at 89. Fibonacci of 50% also nailed it right there for us. So, gives us a little, just makes our little job quicker there. Getting those mathematical proportions right lately. So here is our sequence of events that we hope to see. But it's going to be key, and in my opinion, we need to get above 91, although we might be able to handle it at 89,000 to stick. Because if we don't stick there, that's where things can get dicey. That is where we will see this little guy, wherever that level may be, come down to make, hopefully, we hope and pray, especially at this point in the market, a higher low, to help confirm that we are starting onto an uptrend. And it could look just like that. Come right back down, retest this 236 area that we got there. That should be somewhere around the 618 from wherever it comes back. I'm just guessing that you could reverse engineer that. I've done that a few times. Maybe back to 83, maybe lower. And it could. But that would be one of the healthy things we could see if we get rejected there. That would actually be a really good sign. That would be nice. But the other sign would be come down for, a lower low. Or a lower higher low. Does that make sense? You got that's too much going on. But it come down a little bit lower, but still be higher than this one, right? 79,000, scare people back again. Oh no, we're going back. I could see that happening like maybe Sunday night or something. I could see that definitely happening on a Sunday night before Monday morning opens. Worst case scenario, and what a lot of people are still thinking, is that we will continue. We could continue down, and we can make still yet another new lower low, about 76 or lower. At this time of the year, it doesn't make sense for that. I mean, really. But doesn't mean it cannot happen. Will we bounce there? We can still be bearish. Is there bigger picture things? I can't think of anything that's going to outperform Bitcoin. It's not. This is the year for it to shine. And I think any distraction is deliberate and intentional. That's just my thoughts. It does not have to be yours, but that's what keeps me in the game. Because if I didn't have conviction on this thing, I would have sold a long time ago, because I did sell it a long time ago when I did not have the conviction for Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is a gift from God at a time for this world needs. The world needs it. God delivered on that. And that's just my opinions. Doesn't have to be yours. But he said a long time ago, man, they're gonna try to pull this CBDC stuff on you. You don't want that. You don't want anything where it's that's an end sign right there. When you can't buy or sell without some kind of mark, some way to track you. Might have to work for it in your right hand, might have to work for it in your head. But you're going to have to work for it, and they're going to know. Because you can't do nothing without that mark. And a CBDC is a perfect gateway for that idea. Whether you believe all that stuff or not. You believe in aliens, but you don't believe. But you don't believe in the creator. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at some of them altcoins. Jim Jr. says Soul. Now, is that a coin? Or did you just say Soul? I'll treat it as a coin. If it's not, then I'll just throw up the little troll thing. Trump, please. And how Trump was, well, Trump dumped down, but it started coming back. I saw that. And we got Shiba Satan. And Gala. Ooh. DOZ says, I was just saying that. Cup and handle on 1 minute. Matty says 92K dump, I predict. We could do a poll here in a minute after I get a few of these coins out of the way. Kind of get everybody's vibe on that. I mean, we should have a good opportunity to come up to start with getting some resistance here. Now, how thick that resistance will be, but all the way up through here, 7-8 fibs, also right through there, about 94. I could see 94 out of this 800 moving averages, but they flipped. Here, even on the 1 hour, they have flipped, and it's going to take some doing to unwind all this. Okay, moving averages have flipped, so we are officially bearish, especially on this time frame. Have been for a while, but don't mean that we can't bounce around or try to do a slow recovery, go sideways or something like that as we figure things out. But caution. We are not. That is not the sign that you usually see before you blast off to the moon, because it's just too much to undo. But maybe we're getting setting up the platform for us to blast off. That might be, and that platform might be a little higher. I don't know. I hope it is. I hope it is. For the sake of altcoins, I hope it is. Let's take a look at Sol. Let me click off my little COINEX thing. Huh. I'm parched. Get the old coffee. Code coffee. So we got Radium Soul Graph. Is that it? There's Soul Saver and there's Soul. I'm confused. There's Soul Saver on Mix C and there's Soul Graph on Mix C. I'm going to take it that it's Soul Saver. Phantasma. Gotcha. How you doing?
Got my eyes on the prize tonight. Wallet heavy, but my
She's sticking around a fib area. Should be. 886. Oh, deep one. The chances are that she's been forming her bottom there, and the chances are that it will hold, in my personal opinion. If not, then you come back down to these bottom areas at 4.5 cents. But she's at 7.5 cents now, so stop losses would help you out if that happened. Even a partial stop loss, which I found very, very helpful. Wow, that was helpful. I thought it would hurt. Still got bearish crosses going on here, so I would be cautious, but it looks like they've been trying to do some accumulation here for quite a while, trying to make some bottom patterns. And she's just now showing, okay, I like this. She's just now starting to claim, hasn't officially done it yet, but the 9-moving average, once it does that, I mean, that's a good sign. Once it does that, then you get, you can get activity like this. Ichimoku Cloud says that maybe 10 cents is in order. We got a target up here at 12.5 cents there. That's not the real, that's not the one to nail it for what we're looking for now, though. Right now, we gotta do something a little different. Several different ways you could play this. If you wanted a shorter term play, you take a fib from the shorter pool and get some closer targets there. I think this would be a good place right up here, though. Let's see what the profit would be if you go from where we are now up to there. 32%. Yeah, I think these are the ones to shoot for right here. And it's just as easy as this to set the targets, man, to get paid. And if you want to get paid a little bit up into the fibs, this is all you got to do. This is all you got to do. That should be easy for almost anybody to do. Just zoom out, pull a fib, and you got some targets that you can shoot for. I mean, you don't have to be an expert in TA. That could be one quick tool that could be helpful for just about anybody, I think. Especially, I mean, if the bottom has to be in, that's the big thing. But you zooming out, you see that, right? So I like that at 9.6 cents and what is that, 11.9 cents there. Let's take a look at Doge. I type Goge. Well, there's not a Goge meme coin. Maybe there should be. No, there should not be. We got enough meme coins. We got enough. I would say Binance would be a good. Whoa, Doji, tell me you're 20 cents on the daily. You at the 3. You lost the 200. You at the 360. We had the target down here at 20 cents. We're there, but she dipped down lower. Had a little box down here that she might go to 17. So we did come down, and this area is holding, so that's cool. How long did you get? You went down 18 cents, don't you? My bag looks so tiny now, I don't even know if it's worth keeping. All right, 4 hour, we're getting a little bounce from these areas. We're reclaiming this area, so it was support. Fibonacci area was support, lost it. Now we're starting to reclaim it. Got past the 9 moving average. That's good. That's good. That's good. Should be heading back up toward the bottom of this trend line. Somewhere around 22 cents there. There'll be a double decker of resistance there, so don't expect to go too much farther. You got resistance coming this way, resistance coming that way. We're going to run smack dab into it. So we'll probably get another pullback and try to bottom out here again at what are we, 20 cents? That's what I would look for, a little humdinger through here. Take a look at Trump. Trump at $14 after coming all the way down to 11. That's a good stop. That was a good stop. Official breakout now. Got a clear candle on the 4 hour. She's ready. Don't mean if you go to the smaller time frame, you can get a better entry though. But some people trade just like this. They would just they'll wait for a candle just to open over here and jump in. And some people wait for a candle to open. They still jump in. Then some people say, I'm too late. I missed it. And again, this is where the nuances of actual trading and things like that comes in, because it all comes to psychology and your risk tolerance and your situation. How much you putting in, what are you trying to do? Is it a short-term play? Are you trying to scalp? Are you trying to do, is this a swing trade? Well, it doesn't matter if it's, if it's 1420 versus 1402. You have a better chance of making a lot more money just saying, screw it, I don't care. About the 16 cent difference, especially if it never comes back to get you at 1402 and goes on to 1520. See, and it's those things that can trap people up, especially when they're first beginning. I think even people who've been in it for a while can get in those little things. It's the psychology, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is. And that's why trading takes a lot of introspection, man. It really does, and I like it for that. I think it's like one of the best self-help tools out there, man. It really makes you look at yourself and your habits and all this stuff. I think it could be a positive influence. Ooh, that's nice. That was nice. I'm liking that idea too. So where are you headed, Trump Coin? Are you going to do something? Can you get back to $24? You are testing our little area here, so this is pivotal that we got to get above that 200 moving average on the 1 hour. All the moving averages are starting to come down, and they're starting to get a little closer together and everything. So we may be setting up for the flippening. That's what I call it, when all the negative directions coming down, and then we can just flip it over. And that is a beautiful sign. So that's why whatever time frame you're looking for, it's bullish for so many candles or so often on those time frames. This is a bullish sign, but it hadn't happened yet. But we might be out to the start of that. So let's look for $16 to get up there. But I don't think we're going to get very far past that. If we can get up there, if we don't get rejected here, we may be coming back down. And if so, the most simplest place to look for a retest would the top of here be 13.55 in that area, or the retest of the actual price breakout, maybe even 12. If it wants to come back down. Otherwise, looking for 16, maybe even 19. We got Shibaba. Let's go with KuCoin. We've got some. I don't have it up here, do I? Now, a lot of people look at this as a falling wedge, and 68% chance to break to the upside. That is actually accurate on this. It's just not accurate to call 68% on every freaking thing. That's a clue that something's off. That's all I'm saying. Thomas Bukowski's where you get those percent. That's where the 68% came from for falling wedge pattern. He did all the study into that, and everything doesn't have 68%. Just saying, it's different on everything else. And to me, that's what attracted me to pattern trading, because, you got a higher percentage? So I can play with that. I know which patterns it gives me. This pattern is stronger for a possibility of something to happen than another one. So picking which patterns to play and stuff when I first started, that was crucial to get me into pattern trading, was that. And then when I started hearing my mentor that I had at the time, which is where it passed on to other people in this space, everything started to be 68%. And I was like, wait a minute, everything can't be 68%, because sometimes I'd hear the same thing for the breakout up and then the breakout down. And I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't add up. That is mathematically impossible. Something is askew here, mister. Gotcha, bitch. I shouldn't say that, but it's fun to say. David Chappelle, you rock, man. But gosh, the turkey is on a rant tonight. Looks like we're going to get a nice breakout here. So we do have some resistance area. 200 moving average is also at the 236 Fibonacci. Got some conjunctions going on there. 1000. All those zeros in 1479. We need to get past that. Get some good gains. If you break out from here, you got some possibility coming up about a whole 40%. $100 turn to $140. Maybe over time. It's got a lot of baggage to work through down here, so I wouldn't expect a straight up like I drew it there. I'd expect like, oh my god, how long is this gonna take? Jesus, Floki, man, or Shiba, come on, let's go, buddy. Hello. This thing never works. Nobody ever says anything, guys. But altcoins are starting to look kind of nice. Do we have any bullish divergence? Yeah, there is. It is total 3. Where are you at? Let's go with others. Others represents the majority of altcoins out there. We lost this area, so what we would be expecting is to at least come back up here, and it probably won't stick if we do come up. But short term, and what we're on the 1 hour, It looks like they have every intention of pumping our butts on on altcoins this weekend. So let's use that to our advantage. And instead of chasing them on the way up, we can get set up now if we find them, anything that's still good. And then we can kind of get paid up here because that's what they're going to do. It's exactly what they are going to do according to these moving averages, which are saying, baby, we got a lot of baggage. We got a lot of therapy to go through. This meeting's going to take a while. We're not ready to blast off. That's what they would have us to believe. And, you know, they get you. You've been gots. You don't have to be gots again. You can smarten up. And then you can play along with them. And then you be on the right side of it. And that is an opportunity we got going on. But play cautiously, because as soon as you think, I think they'll wait to get up here, they'll pull a fastball on you and they'll go early. So be cautious. But it does look like we're trying. So let's see if we can get a little bit bump up, another $5 billion coming in there. We might get rejected there. If we get lucky, might see another 10 billion coming in. And it's just enough to have some fun with on this weekend. Why shoot? And we got some deviation from this trend line, so we're gonna finagle a little bit. The best thing I think to do is go from wick to candle bodies. Let's get this angle, and just keep an eye on the others, man. You see it break that trend line, cut your trades. Can I do that? I need to make a note. So I need to do that. Let me get that in my agenda. Analysis and execution. That's the real kicker right there. Once you get your analysis set up, which you can do, and if anybody here is tuning in, looking at what I'm doing and thinking, I don't understand this, I can't understand that, I'm going to tell you right now, you're more than likely wrong. Hang around, it'll just grow on you. I swear, just hang out, just hang out. Just hang out. Give me a chance. I'll get this stuff in your head. I got the rhymes. I say it. I repeat the stuff enough that it will start sticking. Just hang out. Stay here with me. You'll pick it up. And if that's not enough for you, the $3 a month subscription that's got my charts cool live thing we do right now every Thursday at 8 o'clock. $3, not $99 a month. No, just but you come there and have all the other access to all the other things that we've done over there. You can pick it up. Just giving you an alternative out here from all the grifters that are out there trying to use you to really support their lifestyle. Let's go now to Say. How you doing, Say? We got 27 people hanging out with me. I'm so honored to have you here. Oh, that's ugly. Let's zoom out. We still waiting. So she broke out of this falling wedge, a very steep one, right? It's got some volume to it. That's good. That was a good sign that it was for real. I mean, that's a good sign when you got volume. That's like one of those extra boxes. Like if you got that, you can go, oh, check. Oh, bonus. Yes. If it's not there, it can be sign. Oh, well, if it's not there, then if there's not people here pushing that up, then how's price going up? It's the market makers backing up on them orders, baby, and then pushing up from the underneath. They make you chase. It's fake. It's fake. There's no real volume there. It's the game that they play backing up. Just like, hey man, I don't want to. I put this limit order here. I was going to sell at $24.91. No. It's starting to look bullish. I think I'm gonna back that up just a little bit. I'll cancel that order. I'll put it back up here at 32. Oh yeah, we're still looking. I'll cancel that order. I'll just back it up a little bit too, man. So whether it's market makers or maybe psychology, that's how that kind of stuff plays out. Sometimes it's not necessary that there's somebody out there trying to get you, although right now there is. But sometimes it's just the psychology of the market. But right now there is. Somebody's out there trying to get you. So Say getting a little bit of a retest of some levels here. I'm not satisfied with what I got. Let's check it out. A little bit of a retest. Now, usually they come back to where they break out. That's one rule you can go by. And she already did that. Look at that. So isn't this cool? My line may not be drawn just perfectly, but we're right here in the same area. of where it broke out, literally, of the trend line right there, right in here. We're right there, come all the way back down, and she may come back and do it again. Or even worse, go lower. We hope that doesn't happen. But here you got the 21 moving average saying, that's all right, baby. I'm here for support. I'll hold you. I'll hold you. And hopefully it won't drop you, because that sucks. Sometimes it gets ambitious. I tried to help you, but you're too heavy. But no, we're good. We can bounce off of her like a trampoline. That sounds nasty on the weekend, doesn't it? It is a late night show. And jump over the 9 moving average. That's a twofer. And jump into this red, saucy hula hot sauce. Looking to spit us out on the other side of 32 cents. And that's the Hopium version per se. Got some support. It looks good to me. Altcoins are starting to look a little nice. They really are. Let's take a look at Gala. Well, she got a good green candle starting. That's a start. That's the first sign. Next sign is get above that daily moving average there. What is that? About 2 cents? Just a little, or it's fractions of a penny. Just right under 2.1 cents. This is the margins that we're looking for here. But I'll tell you this one thing. Look at the gains you can get going up to 3 cents when you measure that out. Look, 55% gains. This, my friend, when you get one that's right down to the penny and the fractions of the penny areas, and it's one that can go, Gala has been up like, I remember seeing it at 50 cents. I don't know if she got, yeah. It was just in December, it was 6 cents. Overall, though, okay, we're down. Gala, yeah, spiked November 21, 84 cents. And you had all that playthrough here. It hung around 48 cents, so 50 cents, yeah. She could, I mean, this, ladies and gentlemen, Gala Games, now they had some issues and things like that, so do your due diligence, but there's a lot of people behind it and still in it. And I don't know that it will ever get back up there. I don't know, but I'm talking about these formations. They're still, whether it's this coin or another coin, we got some of these altcoins doing this. And if you can get them as close to these bottoms as you can, you can moon bag that one so quick and easy. Take your initial capital out. You got a little moon bag somewhere, or you might make it a sizable one. You got your capital back that you can reuse and redeploy again, and then put this one on a spot. Put it on a wallet. Give it a few months and then cash out. Because if you're lucky enough to go back to something like 25 cents when you're at a penny, and you're looking for 25x things. Yeah, there's your big 10x right there, wherever I started my measurement from. So whether it's Gala or something else, it's what's going on in the charts. If you see these formations on the charts, it's worth looking at them and then taking a closer look. And those are the opportunities that we have available right now. And this is why next cycle I'm going to be all Bitcoin until about this time in that 4-year cycle when altcoins die for 2 or 3 times. That's the mistake that I didn't make this time. But I did do good and went mostly in Bitcoin. I just spent it all on altcoins apparently. So next time, totally different, all Bitcoin. And then we'll wait till altcoins get demolished like they do every cycle. Then jump in. There'll be some we missed. Oh yeah. The Solanas, there might be some of those. If you keep a watchful eye out, you can probably get them. But all these other plays, So we're in a channel, that's good. Trying to find a bottom here. It looks good. I'll be still looking at these same levels right here. Looking at 2.2 cents and then hopefully getting up to 2.7. And shoot, let's just go for 3 or bigger. Moon bag that sucker. It's at almost at 2 cents now. So if you can hold this till it gets to 4, a little over 4 cents, maybe 5 cents. Take your money out. Let me come back to the chat here. So Linda says Bitcoin ripping through some shorts at the moment. And I figured there's going to be a short squeeze. That's what we. I was actually in the Telegram group quite a lot last night and everything. And I got stuck on music today. 68% of 68% calls are made up. I like that. I like that. There we go. MG Motorsport says, I have so much gala. Just debating to sell or hold for a run. I think you can sell at better prices than now, definitely, and I think you'll appreciate it. It's just it's just opinion, but this is a place people will be looking at. I mean, I would think if I had a bunch of dry powder and wanted to play a bunch of altcoins or something again, which I'm trying to do something different. And hell, I probably got some gala somewhere. It's diversified as I am. Too much. This one, yeah. I mean, this wouldn't be the great time to sell. This would be a regretful time to sell. You might get into something that moves faster, but once this one does start going, I mean, it's free money, right? I mean, if it's getting in, if you bought it higher, then you may be saying, "Oh man, this one sucks." But you could add to it, but you wouldn't have to. Could just wait. It's tricky at this point in the market. You got all kinds of options and ideas going through your head about what to do, and especially, seeing things down and everything. There's a lot of temptations and a lot of advice out there, and there's always, cut your losers or your slow performers and go with the strong and the winners. The only thing is, I mean, that sounds great. It does sound awesome, but I've done that sometimes, and then those strong ones fizzle out, and then those weak ones start taking off because they just cycle around. So sometimes it almost feels like damned if you do and damned if you don't. And the only way I've found to actually combat that, do portions. It's the only way. Half and half, 25, 75, something like that. That's the only way that I've been able to work around that. Because no matter how good you are, it just seems like that's just a general rule. It's going to happen or sometimes. A lot of times the wrong decision is made at the right time or the... And there can be so many influences, like our emotions, that maybe we're not paying attention to. There's levels to the emotions, right? There's those that you're aware of and those that kind of creep in on you and that you're kind of, why I feel this way? Why am I starting to think this way? Or, it's crazy. Even chemical reactions to stress, I think, trigger some of that to get you feeling that way. Heart starts pumping on some of these things, man. So Linda says, I'm hanging on to my gala bag. Linda knows. MG Moore says it's also stake. My mouse keeps disappearing here. Rishi John says, do you think XRP is in an uptrend yet? I mean, she's trying. It's not going to confirm until you start getting a series of higher highs and higher lows. So it could be the first step. In my opinion, this is a great first step where she bounces here. What's this, a 4-hour chart? And I can see us coming back up to retest the bottom of these trend line areas. So somewhere around 250 or 219. And then we could have to figure, work on forming a good solid ground to bounce off of. And the thing is, if you're looking at this channel ideas, one of the rules that sometimes that applies is that they get a partial decline. That's one of the things to look for if they see if they're, and that's them bottoming out. See if they're getting ready to start thinking about breaking out. It doesn't happen 100% of the time, but more often than not on these falling channels and falling wedges, that's what we're looking for. Where they level off and maybe they come back down and retest this area, and then they're ready. Then they're ready to make the run for it. So it pays to kind of pay attention to what's going on within patterns that you see too. But that's nice. That's nice. So I just, the easiest thing to do is just look right here at the top. So 259, somewhere under there, just right under there. Everything, this had a bearish cross, but the bigger moving averages are what's carrying it. So we can come up, but it's probably going to go sideways for a little bit. Just, it's one thing that's hard to call though. I was saying you could look at it as a possible bear trap idea, swing failure pattern or whatever. And drawing lines to the wick, and then it was respected here. So there was a trend line there. that we're getting back into. Now, usually you get a strong move after that. And sometimes it can take you to the other side of the pattern, but given that we got this area of even horizontal and diagonal resistance there, she's going to struggle there. But until then, that's a nice little ride. And that's where the short-term money is made. So it's 10 to 13, 15% maybe on COINEX. Man, I remember XRP used to be hell to trade. It was like you tried to do a leverage trade or a perpetual futures trade on that and get liquidated so easy because it'd go from 35 cents to 65 cents to 45. It would just fluctuate like that. It would wipe. It was so volatile last cycle. And here it is starting to steady out a little bit now. $2. That's kind of cool to see. She's not nearly as volatile as she used to be. And that's something we can start to see out of Bitcoin over time too. Kelly O gifted Road Dog memberships. Hey, thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Dave P got one. Hey, congratulations, Dave.
All right. Yes.
Billy Bong Thornton. I love that name. I just threw $25 into the top KRC 20s. Okay, for Caspa. Got to get lucky and strike rich on one of them. When smart contracts come out. Man, they need to start doing some stuff, and they need to get stablecoin over there. I'm hoping that those would, that something will come out of those, and they had a lot of hype, but that hurt Caspa a lot. Taking a look at Caspa. Ooh, she dipped down, made a lower low. She made the lower lows. Not surprising, is it? I mean, just hoping that wouldn't happen, but then it does. It's easy to look back in hindsight because these are common patterns that you'll see on charts. If you look in history, even in Bitcoin and stuff like that, you'll see these same kind of things. And so the history is there, what happens, but when you're going through it, you're fighting it tooth and nail. Still hoping we get so higher, but once you start seeing that, I mean, these are the things that start sticking with you over time, and then when you start seeing them repeat after you go through them, and then it starts sticking a lot better. Experience is the best teacher. Market's the best teacher out there. When you come back next cycle, you're ready for it, right? But it's as simple as following trend lines. It's as simple as following trend lines, and that's why I talk about these guys a lot. For some reason, this was one of the first things I ever learned, but it was one of the last ideas to finally stick in my head for me to understand market structure. It's not just telling you what direction we're headed. It's like, this is your line in the sand. This is, hey man, buddy, when you break this, something's wrong. And that never stuck for me. And I think it don't stick for a lot of people still, even some of the gurus out here. Well, particularly one guru. That lesson is not really stuck for them. So patterns that you're trying to draw, flags or whatever that stick outside of this, that hinders their performance. Might even kill that performance. But this is the bearish retest, and then we're in a downward trend. That's when you zoom out and look at it, it's so simple, it's right there. But when you're right in it, and you're hoping, and you got to play in it, and you're wanting it to do something that's at 16 cents, you don't want to think about it ever being half price again. And it comes back to 18 again, and you're like, oh, we're finally going to make it. We're good. And then here we are. And it's crazy when you look back, because I'm saying, I rode that. I rode that train. I did. My Caspa's on a hardware wallet now, just sitting there. But I was playing her on spot margin, and I couldn't grow that bag. I was growing it first, but all this, nope. I'm like, all right, we're done. Well, actually, I think they took it off a coin. No, I think they took it off of CoinEx, and that was a hit. That was a blow to it. They took it off of the CoinEx spot margins, so they forced me out. But here we are down below the moving averages here on the daily about Caspa. So Caspa, shut up, Road Dog. Just tell us a target so we can get on to another coin. Everybody used to love talking about Caspa. It's at the 618 right now. It might hold. It needs to hold. If it doesn't hold, we're in danger of getting down here. It may not. There might be a little sticking place just a little bit above it. But man, dropping another 50% from here, ooh, that would be brutal. Moving averages are not, the bigger moving averages aren't suggesting that as much. So I can give you that hope. In all probability, we may just be making a lower high here. Let me see if it fibs out. It looks like it. No, it may not. It may from here though. Well, that's where I need to measure anyway. She might have. There's some hope. Especially if there's some bullish divergence here. A little bit on the waves. You got some on the MACD, and you got it on the RSI. You've got some daily bullish divergence going on right here for Caspa. So hope for Caspa. She may not be dead after all. There may be hope. This may be the bottom for Caspa. Maybe. Then we can start hoping now. I would be looking for a breakout with Caspa. Short term, you got a little smaller one here to look at, but I mean, go ahead and find the real resistance, man, so you won't be disappointed when she gets rejected just a little bit higher. Go ahead and zoom out and go from candle bodies up to there and realize that, hey man, 10 cents is going to be, that might be an area she gets rejected from. We've been going for an hour and 11 minutes. I think we're doing fairly decent. Billy Bongport says the trend is not your friend. Can you check out Turbo Coin? How high do you think it could, how high I think it could reach? Oh, that's, I like that. Oh, let's go. We'll bring out the gypsy. Turbo. Let's get some good charts here. Let's go with I'm pretty much going with Mex. No, Mexi doesn't have it there. Who else has got you? Yeah, there you are. Mexi. But in this shadowed love, it's only a dream. I think I've already, well, no, I need to update that, I guess. So she's in our little green box of, I guess, hope and hope of support. That's kind of cool. We were hoping that it would catch over here, but it didn't. But we had this little area there. Well, alrighty, Turbo. It all depends on where she bottoms out at, but we'll take a stab at it here. Oh, so that's a 786. Yummy. Oh, these crypto dreams, they lead me astray. Chasing shadows in a fickle array. My heart's on the line, caught in the scheme. But reality shadows. I've got 0.016 and 0.018 cents, my man. If we can get a nice solid bounce up of here, those guys are definitely on the table. It won't be a sweet ride though. You still got this area of resistance, so she might have to work a miracle at some point and go parabolic, or she can just go on a new slower trajectory that, you know, may take it to January 26th to get there. Oh my gosh, that would put it down. Is that as high it could go? That's as high as I can get it right now, but that would suck. And those are the pivot points that you'd be looking for a higher high. That it would, you know, this was a higher high. What did it do? Boom. Well, this was a higher high. What did it do? Way boom. This is a higher high. Boom. Or this one. Boom. That's what these setups are supposed to do. It's not like, oh, we can go here and then go. Sometimes, if it's bullish enough, you might get some more stuff out of there. But there's an ass whooping coming somewhere, and with these targets, it's just how the Fibonacci's works. But that'd be 400% up to 500% for the patient person. In the meantime, you could get up to resistance area up here, and that's 101% or 150% gains from getting in here. It's my take on it. Fortune's fate as Let's put this line of support here. But Turbo. Oh, she has had a nice area of support. If that will stick. I'm on the weekly chart, by the way. And when we come down to the 4 hour, how you doing, Turbo? You finding support here? Are you getting above the 9 moving average? Or are you starting to do something bullish? Starting to get above these moving averages there. So she has got a nice little accumulation going on here with Turbo at this bottom here. Sneaking in them slip buys there. They're accumulating right here, rounding at an area. Might pop down here if something got really, really bearish. But she hasn't done it. Well, yeah, it still could, and it's rounding out. So there could be some lower lows and stuff, but this is where whoever's scooping up is doing their scooping. It's happening here, and eventually it's going to bump up. So when we pull our Fibonacci from high to low, that 618 that we had before now is the 236. See, that's the area that we should have held, but didn't. And now it's the area that we got to get back above to be bullish. But we probably will not come back past the 0.5. Half of this move as one of the general rules, and then this area here at 0.007 will be resistance. So in the short-term target, you got this for Turbo. And if for someone getting in here where she's getting ready to possibly make a breakout, not meaning she's going to go immediately straight up, she may dingle dangle around here for a little bit, but the gains that you could get from this setup would take you up 60%, 90%, possibly maybe 142% just on a spot play or 1x play. You do 2 to 3x. That is really safe, and you're more likely to come out a winner than a loser if you do the small leverage like that. And you still, it's just like having 3 times the money thrown in. Okay. Yeah, it's when you start going higher, and then if you're not good at controlling your risk, and you know the tendency to want to add more on green candles and build your positions and all those little mistakes that are so commonly made, that's when you start getting your ass handed to you when you go higher leverage. But some people do it. Some people could take this and throw 50x on it, or move it up to 50x at some point, and then you know 50 times 100%. I mean, you can make some massive gains if you on things like this. But 2 to 3x. That's what that's the smarter play in my personal opinion. Less asses handeth over. If you are going to use leverage, well, you lose your ass a lot less with lower leverage, and then therefore you come out ahead of the higher leverage plays. For if you'd try those, you would have lost your ass so much more that you're like, oh my god, I suck at this. You don't suck at it as much if you do lower leverage. That's the lesson. Let's take this guy. And let's go over to our Telegram group. That's a decent trade setup. Turbo 4 hour. Nice swing trade. Wink, wink, in my opinion. Wink, wink. Don't know why I'm winking. I just winked. I bet I could put eyeballs on there. Look, eyeballs. Wink. Oh, there's 2 of them for my wink, wink. That's perfect. Reese John, I just see a super chat. I got a little tablet over here, kind of keeps me in the run of things. Thank you so much for that. You're the man, Turkey. Oh, I didn't even ask for anything or anything. Just $2 out. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'll make the turkey happy. Feel saucy. Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. 100% crowdfunding, and the only thing I shield is our Tangem wallet, which today is the last day. I don't know. It's going to run out where you can get that 15% off. That extra 5. Nope. That's over. Man, are they a day ahead of us? They may be a day ahead of us. 10% off. They had a little extra 5% bonus going on until the end of February 28th, but that's gone. But they do have this nice leather card holder. It says Napa leather. I don't know if that's saying, hey, it's leather-esque. But they've also got that and some other stuff. Tangem dog saves you 10%. Ah, I got exchange links down too, but how's that work? Anyway, it's supposed to work good, but for some reason, I don't know. Maybe there's not enough people using it. Maybe you need a bunch of people to use them. Maybe that's the whole thing behind it. MG Motorsport says, I want a ring. I want one of those rings too. That is cool. But the Tangem wallets, man, they're awesome. It's so wild. I remember when I first got this thing, I was so skeptical. All the wallets I get, anything I get, me first using them and everything, I'm always skeptical and standoffish and everything. And this one's got the option. You don't have to have a seed phrase. You can get around. Seed phrases were invented to take place of the big long hash number that was there, which was impossible to type out and to remember. And that's how a lot of Bitcoin got lost, just type in the wrong address and hash numbers. And an address for Bitcoin also looks like what you have for your key. They look a lot alike. And you had to remember that and type it in right every time that you did stuff back in the old days. So then the seed phrases came around as a way to get around that. But still, there's some vulnerabilities there, right? And storage, and most people are not secure with seed phrases. Just saying, you got it laying around, probably stuffed in a drawer where if your house got raided, it might get found. There goes their stuff, man. Housekeeper might see it. I mean, any kind of situation, a stranger might see it. Just happens. Oh, there it goes. You wouldn't even know stuff was gone until one day you look. Oh, where's it go? So many scenarios that could go wrong with seed phrases unless you're really, really secure with them. But you got those options with Tangem to not do it. It's so secure, it really is. But the ring is awesome. I like to have that ring. Let's go. I want to take a look at this coin. I meant to look at this the other day. I talked about it on the stream, but I never got to check it out. It's Opulus, a real world asset play. Now this has got music industry ties. It's on Algorand chain. Go figure. I've had some of this for a long time. I got it right around where we are now and probably a little higher. I've had it staking for a long time though. I mean, yeah, I think I was looking here, or one of these two periods. Oh, I need to go. I've had it staking for a while. Did I miss that? Yeah, because I felt stupid after that. I thought, oh wow, it went up to 40 cents there. I don't know, just one to consider. But right now, let me get all this stuff off. She's down at a nice little juicy bottom, and eventually when she kicks in from 5 cents, we'll be looking somewhere at 40 or more. So I think that's an interesting play. That's one of these that's also down at its bottoms. Is that our top? Is that a top? Where was this? This was 22. Let's take that. Now, one reason that, to just be honest, I'm in this, there was a prediction on this one that it could go up to $88. And this person has done some pretty awesome predictions before, although they've also been off on one kind of like by big means too. So I don't know. It's a lottery wild card for me that I'm playing right now. But just the fact you can get up to 65 cents though, up to that 618 like they often do, 1700% gains, or boom chakalaka boom chakaloo. Especially, do you have 3 cents right now? 5 cents. Yeah, 5 cents right now. Well, then I was off. Let me go here. 5 up to there. That would be 1100%. See the difference those few pennies makes lots of difference. So how cheap that you can get in when something that's on the bottom. That conversation discussion we just had a few minutes ago, like if you're trying to get in on something, the closer to zero you can get, the more gains that you're going to make from it. So if we're down into pennies and fractions of pennies, I mean, you can make the most from these areas and safely do it by moonbagging, taking your collateral out and letting the puppy ride, or just trading that portion. You've already took your risk out, right? You throw $100 in, it doubles, you take your $100 out. That's your play. And you can do those plays at this point with some of these altcoins. This is a rare opportunity. It's not too rare. We've had it happen about 3 times already. So it's not the, but you get so many. Think how many times you have to moonbag it if that's your main strategy. Man, what the hell was I thinking? I did on some, but I mean, why didn't I just do that? And then I took my moonbags and put them on spot margin. That's why I got so many coins over there. I took my moonbags and put them on spot margin. I'll just take all my moonbags and put them on spot margin and try to grow them. And that was working great until altcoins started sucking. And now they kind of, I got the tiniest little moonbags right now, but they'll grow. And then I'm going to sell them and probably put them in the block stacks and Bitcoin. Let's go, baby. Billy Bong Thornton says, what happened if you lose your phone and can't tap your Tangem card to your phone? You can keep putting it on a new phone. You download the app on a new phone and you get your card and you go with it because you got a little number you can. You got a security number if you want to go with that. There's like, I forgot. I've had to actually do that and switch phones, and it's, I mean, somebody could steal your card, somebody could steal your phone. They still can't have access to your wallet. It doesn't matter. It takes you to do it. And you also got the factors you can do your thumbprint and other things that you can add for extra layers of security on there. But I've never had any. But yeah, that was one of the first questions I always had too. Well, what if? But no, that does not come into play at all whatsoever. So they're air gapped, and your actual seed phrase is, you know, is on the chip in the card. I don't think it's still a good idea of explaining that. I don't think I'm doing a good job of explaining that, just because I haven't thought about it in a while. But when I was looking at it, I mean, it is secure, but I'll just read about it. It'll probably make a little bit more sense to you, though. But they've got a strong reputation. They've been doing this without issue. And I think there's a lot you can do from the app too. Then someone steals your thumb. That's my word. Yeah, that was one of my worst fears, nightmares. I'm like, well, let's steal your thumb. You know, and that's something you need to be thinking about, especially if you just got a hot wallet on your phone. You don't have something secure like that. All it takes is to be in the wrong place at the right time, and somebody's got something pointing at you that could hurt you bad, and you got choices. What do you do? And if a thumbprint's all they need to get into the wallet, well, hey man, they ain't got to kill you for that, do they? I mean, that's brutal. But anyway, I mean, those are things to think about. And then you got the hot wallets. I would only use hot wallets, MetaMask, or anything, whatever you're using. That just temporary. You need hardware wallet for the bulk of your stuff, and you might be doing some DeFi or maybe doing some plays over there, but you don't let masses of wealth get there, because man, AI is going to be growing like crazy, and the bad part of AI is going to be growing like crazy, and all this stuff is going to be put at risk in more ways than you can imagine right now. So it's best to just plan ahead of that, get it to safety ahead of time instead of being a victim of casualty. And the exchanges need to start doing that too. You need to start getting your coins off exchanges. They're going to be vulnerable. You're already starting to see them vulnerable to hacks. Don't trust this stuff. Don't trust it. I don't feel comfortable keeping that big spot margin thing I got going on. I want to start pulling some stuff off. All right, guys. I'm out of coins to look at. We've been going from about 129. Was there anything from the other night that I was wanting to? There was Grass is doing really good. Let's take a look at Grass here. So she's got a breakout going. So if you're in Grass, well, you're probably kind of happy right now. And now I'm going to take these lines here and put them at candle bodies. See see what we got. So we still got some work to do, actually. Still got some work to do. But from one sense, it did have a breakout. There's several ways you can see this as breakouts. There's levels to it, really. But going to candle bodies is the best one to indicate it when you clear a candle from there, in my opinion. Let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hours already cleared a candle above it, so that's a good sign. That's the first good sign. Nice little rounding here. Parabolic move, possibly starting here for grass. 2 cent, really? There's some rejection up ahead, and she'll probably come back down to these areas where she is, about 220, 217. Maybe touch that again. Might be a way to get it a little cheaper here. Maybe to 211. I wouldn't count on it too much. You got a trend line right here, right? Don't want to break that. I mean, if you break the trend line, you're looking at something else. So maybe 214. Maybe somewhere through there. Which is just what, 15 cents away from here, and if it goes to 330, what the few pennies between trends? I mean, you got those kind of ideas to consider too. So nice, grass is doing good. It's at a good place for me to possibly add a little to my bag. So cool. I don't remember to do that tonight. Just little. Remember, they might be doing some kind of ching chong on us over the weekend, so I'm not going crazy, but this one's got a nice little setup, and we could be seeing 331 out of it and even higher targets. Are you valid? Oh, you're down just a little bit. So about 470 could be on the table, somewhere right through there. Tis not bad. That's a 2x to get up there, and that sounds doable. This is a 4 hour time frame here. It's a nice big pullback. I like it. You don't have to like it, but. And Tia, I think Tia was having a decent day. Yes, Tia's, she's above $4 now. Ooh, higher highs, higher lows. She's looking good. She's getting above her. Well, let's zoom. Let's clear this out so we can see what's going on. Moving averages are starting to recover a little bit. A little, minor flippings going on there. Steep trend lines broken. Some volume, that's a good sign, but it's more like what I see going on here. It's starting to look kind of nice. That little rounding, that started at the wrong spot, didn't I? See that kind of rounding thing going out, and we'll just pull that right up to the top over here, because that's where we should kind of stop it. We could be just going right around that little idea. She is at an area of resistance if you follow your trend lines here. So she'll probably come back down. You probably get her a little bit cheaper. 200 moving average is down at 3.47. So I think she might roll over this weekend and then pop up. This one's starting to look good. Tia's starting to look kind of nice. If you look at the local pattern, another broadening wedge, 72% chance for these to break up. And they always, not always, but they often come back to retest where the breakout is. So if you miss it, there's a good chance, if you're patient, you can catch it again around 44, just a little bit higher than we are now. So those eyes, and then you can look at your horizontal levels over here. It's got some work to do. And again, swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go, baby. Yeah! 498 would be the next notable target we'd shoot for. And it can be as easy as setting limit orders at all these. And actually, that's a lot of what I do. Especially now with all these meme coins, because you need to get paid along the way. If you don't, you just ride it up and down. I mean, if you do it something like this, from where we are here, you're taking profits at 16%, 38%, 58, 83, and 100. And it just depends on how much you're selling there. If you're selling just little bits and little bits, and I've been guilty of that, it doesn't add up as much as you need it to do to protect you when you're down here. So I'm starting to go heavier. Because my theory is, if I'm going to hang out to as much as I can until we really take off, well, the drive down has just made me have to dwindle that, right? my positions have get dwindled on that. The only way I can really build positions is to get some circulation. There's got to be some actual trading going on. There's got to be a circulation of currency here, some back and forth of this as it builds and compounds. That's what's got to happen here. You can't just keep hoping for higher targets. You got to start working some of this stuff, and that's it's hard to do when you got too many to work with. So you can get a set and forget thing. And I set and forget. I just wait for them to be hit. And instead of riding the roller coaster up and down, you take some profits, and then you can find places to get back in. And that's how I use the fibs. That fib strategy should be pretty easy for somebody getting into this game. At first, I would think it might be too confusing, but I think you got some basic strategies here that would be really helpful just for any, even somebody just feeling their way around it, getting used to the ideas. The fibs could be what, really kind of can help guide you. But you got to zoom out and understand those concepts and what you're measuring. There's some bigger concepts here too, like zooming out to the daily. You got, this is the big move. So you got some bigger ideas there too, right? For longer term plays. That's the beauty of the fibs. It can help you short term, it can help you long term, and it's so simple, but man, well, fibs hit. I'm just telling you, more often than they do not. And the suckers can nail it sometimes. Loves them. Strega says 86 Bitcoin feels nice. Are we there? Nice. I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid all the way up on Bitcoin. Like I just showed you there. That's how I'm playing this move on Bitcoin. And that's letting me get it circulate. That's why I'm so excited right now, because I got an opportunity to actually start building on my Bitcoin bag. And I'm excited as hell about that. Because it's been hit by these altcoins. And they ain't been giving it back. They were supposed to give it back, and they didn't. So I got to go. I get the chance to go offensive, and I didn't have that chance before. Let's do it, baby. Let's go. I'm excited. Very excited. Bitcoin at 86,000, and we know we're going above 110. We know we're going above 100 again, and we know that we should be getting above 110. We know that with the adoption of Bitcoin that is right around the corner, and the dirty tricks that they're using to get as much as they can, and they know it's going up. I mean, we're going to look at $200,000 Bitcoin at some point, and not the too distant future. The bear markets are not going to be as harsh as they have been in Bitcoin's history. Those 80% drops and all that's going to stop. There'll be drops. It'll be good. There'll be scary ones. But it's not going to give, back, 90% of its all-time highs anymore. I mean, they'll come back to its last cycle tops. That's the general rule for Bitcoin. For its lows, it comes back to its last cycle top areas. And whatever last cycle stop is, maybe 70, if we're lucky. Or for next cycle, it'll be for the top that we do this. Don't get all confusing. Oh, Jesus. I got tongue tied on that. That did not even come out right. Wish I had more history. But here was, was this 20,000 here? Is where that area, 19. And that's where we came down to there. And we thought, everybody's thinking that was, right in here. But then we dropped down a little bit lower. But we came back to these areas to retest, and that's just usually what we do. So, and then next cycle, it might be down here. It may be 100,000, maybe as low. I don't know. But those are the ideas to consider. But the bear markets with the adoption of Bitcoin and the hodling of Bitcoin, and I mean, you see who else was in on this game. That was a dream. That was a dream before, and now it's happening. And this is the thought behind $1 million Bitcoin that the maxis were sold on. Did you ever go over? I did not go over Trump. Let's go over Trump. I think I mentioned it, or did I? I may have looked at it. Seems like I remember drawing something on it. I don't know. Oh yeah, I think I did. Yeah, $12 for a retest idea, but working its way up towards 16. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we did. And Bitcoin at 86, climbing through here. I'm looking on the 6-minute time frame. This is the time frame I just kind of watch for pleasure or pain, or just to see things as they unfold. I look at on a smaller time frame. The only reason I got 6 instead of 5 or 7, 6 is divisible 10 for the 60 minutes. So it's 1/10 of an hour. That's how I'm doing it. It also ties into 660, 360, 360 degrees in a circle, 360 degrees in the square. It ties into sacred geometry too, so I'm a fan of that. I know I'm not an expert on sacred geometry, but what little I know, I mean, there's Fibonacci. I mean, there's something there. And we got to 1 hump, 2 hump, 3 hump dump, or could this be a 1? Yeah, this is what the Elliott wave people start doing. Or it could be this, or it could be that, or it could be. It's true, they do. I'm not saying they're bad, but more often than not, there's a lot of conversations. But it could be this, or this could be that, or that. And I'm like, man, I got a pattern, I got a measure move, I got somewhere to go. Let's go there. Let's make that trade. I want to do all that. I just want to say, I want to be able to take profit here. I don't give a crap. Sitting here 30 minutes trying to debate which wave that we're this could or could not have been. And that's what it seems like. I know it's not, but I do like it because sometimes, and that's why I have the Elliott wave indicators, because sometimes I may think that we're at a topping point, and I'll bring that out and like, oh, there could be another wave here though. It saves me on those things. I'm just being chatty Cathy tonight. But things are looking good. Just know that we got resistance areas, and there may be, they may be up to something. It's good to get paid on the way, get some of that money circulating here. As you can see, you can always buy altcoin cheaper. They go on sale quite a bit. And it always feels like we're always missing out on it. And it can feel like you need to chase them and things like that, but how many times have they come back? Sure, at some point, they'll go up a good click. May look like they're not looking back, but after that, they'll definitely be back. You probably don't want to touch them then. It might be the bear market. It's the worst time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to skedaddles on out of here. Been here hour 42. I will see you on the next one tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be up higher for Bitcoin. Maybe. I want to see her go as high as she can before they roll her over. But while we're up, pay yourself. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you guys.
Yesterday, I thought my profits were here to stay. Like Superman, up and away. Oh, I remember yesterday. Suddenly, my funds half of what they used to be. I took too much leverage like a newbie. Oh, I remember yesterday. Why I sold too low, I don't know, I couldn't say. I didn't know how far it could go. How I long for yesterday. Yesterday, crypto dreams were just a trade away. Now I'm stuck with losses every day. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why I chased that dip, I don't get it, went astray. I overplayed my hand in this game. How I miss my yesterday.
It was. Looked like it broke out.
Yesterday. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Yesterday. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
Hey, Crypto Crypto, ooh na na.
Digital gold in my hands, na na na.
Crypto, na 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 na. Crypto, ooh na na.
Hey, blockchain's a vibe, understand, na na na.
I met a miner down in Silicon Bay. He said Satoshi's ghost still leads the way. I tossed my dollars, jumped into the trade. Now every hash is how I get paid. The charts were red, but I held tight. Dreaming of Lambos in the moonlit night. From zero to hero, wallet's my throne. Decentralized life, I'm never alone. Crypto, ooh na na. Half my funds are locked in blockchain, na na. I took a chance on Bitcoin, now I'm stacked, na na. Can't stop this wallet, no, ooh na na. Crypto,
Thank you, that one came
ooh,
out
na,
nice.
na. Traded fiat for some ether, na na. Krillin tight through dips, I'm not flat, na na. Holding tight there through dips, I'm never flat, na na. This ledger's mine, oh yes, ooh na na. NFTs flashing, I'm buying the art. Gas fees are stealing a piece of my heart. I met a miner down in Silicon Bay. He said Satoshi's ghost still leads the way. I tossed my dollars, jumped into the trade. Now every hash is how I get paid. The charts were red, but I held tight. Dreaming of Lambos in the moonlit night. From zero to hero, wallets my throne. Decentralized life, I'm never alone. Crypto, ooh na na. Half my funds are locked in blockchain, na na. I took a chance on Bitcoin, now I'm stacked, na na. Can't stop this wallet, no, ooh na na. Crypto, ooh na na. Traded fiat for some ether, na na. Hold telling types, I'm never flat, na na. Holding tight through dips, I'm never flat, na na. This ledger's mine, oh yes, ooh na na. NFTs flashing, I'm buying the art. Gas fees are stealing a piece of my heart. NFTs flashing, I'm buying the art. Gas fees are stealing a piece of my heart. Crypto, ooh na na. Gas fees are stealing a piece of my heart. Crypto, ooh na na. Blockchain's the vibe, understand, na na na. Nice. Crypto, ooh na na, nah. Gas fees are stealing a piece of my heart. Crypto, ooh na na. Gas fees. Hey, crypto, na na. Digital gold in my hands, na na na. Crypto, ooh na na. Hey, blockchain's the vibe, understand, na na na. Na 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 na. I met a miner down in Silicon Bay. He said Satoshi's ghost still leads the way. I tossed my dollars, jumped into the trade. Now every hash